ska pewapanoma asepiesi sakinigamuak emunagwan kitaskinan wea hai hai yo wea hey wea hey hai yo wea hey hey wea hey hai yo wea hey hai yo wea hai hai yo one ska pewapanoma asepiesi sakinigamuak emunagwan kitaskinan wea hai hai yo wea hey wea hey hai yo wea hey hey wea hey hai yo wea hey hai yo wea hai hai yo one ska pewapanoma asepiesi sakinigamuak emunagwan kitaskinan wea hai hai yo wea hey wea hey hai yo wea hey wea hey hai yo wea hey hai yo wea hai yo when ska pewapanoma asepiesi sakinigamuak emunagwan kitaskinan wea hai hai yo wea hey wea hey hai yo wea hey wea hey hai yo wea hey hai yo wea hai yo.
The law of creation is that our mothers are primary. Our mothers are first. The women are the power. The men only represent under the authority of the women. And it was through the knowledge of the Degani Diohade which established the great peace amongst the Five Nations Confederacy. Stopped 5 nations from killing themselves, from committing suicide. So that behavior saved us, brought us out of the Dark Ages. For 1,500 years we had peace. And again, to have great peace, our mothers must be in power as the authority. So this is the way we lived. And when your ancestors came here, they seen this. Hey, the women were in power. Of course, your women love that, because your women, the women in the non-native world, have been oppressed, raped, and murdered for thousands of years. What the early Romans used to do is kidnap the children of their enemies or of the people that they want to invade. Kidnap their children, bring them into Roman court, raise them in Roman court, fill their mind with all the lies, all the corruption, and then send those children back home once their minds are changed, once their identity is changed. They'll send their children back home, and then when the Romans came to invade, the people in that community would look for somebody who knows something about the Romans. Well, who do you think it was? It was the children that the Romans kidnapped and filled their mind with the garbage, put inside of those people, and so they did not realize what they are, what they were. They were corrupted, and they were a traitor to their own people, treasonous to their own people. the residential schools, it went all the way up to that guy that you called the Pope. All the way up to him to say, yes, kidnap, molest, rape, murder children. That is the behavior within that system anyways. That is that religion. To always prey upon the children. And those people, of course, then started to fill the elected Indian Act Band Councils, which is a puppet regime of the British Crown, placed here to destroy us. So right now, in this day and age, anybody that you know that is a part of the elected Indian Act Band Council, part of the so-called Assembly of First Nations, those are not Native people. I don't care if they speak their language, I don't care what they say to you. They have pledged their allegiance to that woman that you called the Queen. And in pledging their allegiance, they are enemy to me, and by participating in the false man-made governmental system of democapitalism, they left their identity of being matrilineal to pick up the poison of male dominance.
Sunamako en kicho da swina, nirnano ke masko i se saka konicho te pilini soko, tauka amaske. Otko tako da suano taka kikice katio i kakicho da suan. Questo da swista masa, iko se.
Yeah!
short video. I remember when I was in grade 1, I was in foster care. And I went to bed. I woke up. I didn't wake up. I was playing in this sand pit with some friend. Some Hot Wheels cars playing there. Then we went to the teeter-totter. Used to be right there. Playing there. I noticed what we were doing. His was going higher than mine, and I kind of got jealous. So I waited for him to put his face over the teeter-totter, and then I pushed down. I made him cry. And then standing in the sun, I heard this voice. Son, go say you're sorry. You don't hurt your brothers and sisters. You all belong to me, eh? Like that. I was looking around, and just like a scolding father. I couldn't see where it's coming from until I looked at the sun. And he was standing in the sun, like in the same direction right there. And when he said we all belong to him, I was a Edomite, a white brother I was playing with. And yeah, so that's the message there. We all come from that tree of life, Christ. And this is Kelty School, where I used to go to school when I was in foster care. The next day, when I woke up, I grabbed my favorite Hot Wheels car, ate my breakfast, and wait for the bus, came to school, came to here. And we're playing at recess time. And me and my buddy, let's go play at the teeter-totter. We went from the sand pit with our cars to the teeter-totter. Started putting them on top of the seat, and we were pushing them down. The seats down, making the cars go high so you can go higher. And I noticed his was going higher and higher. I got jealous. I waited for him to put his face there, and I pushed it down. And that's when I remembered that dream. It's all happening at that moment. I looked through the sun there, and there's nobody standing in there. I remember that voice. Go say you're sorry. You all belong to me. So that message is there. We all come from the tree. The system is not the one. That's the one who stole them. Put the sacred ceremony into word. So following that vision, all these visions I had, following Jesus, it led me to the tree of life. It didn't lead me to only reading a book or going to building churches that were brought here by the ones who killed him. And they put a spear through him, nailed him to a plank of wood, making fun of him because he's the Mastikaнаpu, stick man. Works for God. Jesus is not God. He's the Son. The nature is the mother. That's where the ceremonies are, and the languages, and the symbols, and all this, all natural stuff. Honor thy mother, honor thy father. So I just wanted to make this video. It did happen. I won't lie to you. How?
Yagumigo, gitse asutamagiun nga mam skotin, yagumi no go gitse tau skog nga mam skomaug. I will talk about the treaties and the women that were involved at the time of treaty making. These women were called Ogitsetau Skog. In the Treaty 6 territory, when the treaty making was happening, it was a very, very powerful time. The women have authority over the land. But when they tried to talk to the treaty commissioner about the land, the treaty commissioner wouldn't speak to the women because the Europeans at that time did not speak to the women. So the women stayed in the background. There was a particular group of women called Ogitsetau Skog. There is no English word to describe these women. The closest terminology is clan mothers, warrior women. These women were the law keepers of the Cree Nation, the Nihio Aisinuak. And there was 9 of them, 9 very powerfully gifted women. And at the time when treaty was being made, there was many ceremonies happening because it was not an easy decision. It was not an easy thing that the Cree people were going into, and they knew this. They knew that the land was going to be shared with the European people. So they talked about it, and there was ceremony being done. There was a particular ceremony that was done. It was in the lodge of the women. And in that ceremony, there was 4 spirits that came in, and those spirits told the Nihilwak what to do, how to direct the discussions with the Europeans. And it was in this lodge that the spirit keepers came in, and there was 4 of them. They said, the first spirit keeper that came in was the sun. The sun said, Niuma pisem, niuma kitoscapius. Nianga pisawi tiniago nohe, asutamagiuna, kitsasutamagiunuma. I am the sun. I am the most profound of helpers to the Creator. And I will bear witness to this exchange, is what the sun said in that ceremony. And then the second spirit keeper that came in there was the water. And that spirit keeper said, Nistanga pisawiti ni agoma, kitsasutamagion, niuma bi. And the spirit keeper said, I am the water. I will come to bear witness to this exchange as well. Nista, he said. And then the third spirit keeper that came in there is Muskosi. The Muskosi is the grass spirit. He said, I too will bear witness to this exchange. This most profound of exchanges, I will come to bear witness to it. And then the fourth spirit keeper that came in there was Xiniosni. Xiniosni said, I will seal this covenant. Xiniosni is the grandfather rock. And this is where our pipes are. It was the pipe that sealed this covenant, this treaty. And after these spirit keepers spoke and committed to bear witness to this exchange, it was the women that spoke about the land and what it is that they wanted to leave for the generations to come. Tiukitsitau school had a ceremony, and they knew that there was things coming that would affect the generations to come, how it would affect the land, and that the freedom of my people would be diminished. And the women spoke about this in that lodge. So, wa hiowiki taptig ugi skok. The women's compassion was so profound. I kohkiki ksiwatsitsik yagun ugi skok. Igi mahtaunig uksiwatson. Their compassion was so sacred that they were able to see into the generations to come, that they wanted to leave. The children not born yet, they wanted to leave them something. So they said, we will share the land. So they made treaty entitlements, treaty agreements, treaty understandings that the children would live off the land through agriculture. This agriculture is to benefit the generations to come. And this is what the women decided. So the treaty entitlement to agriculture is very significant. The 1 square mile per family of 5 is very significant as well. That is still yet to be implemented, to be utilized by the treaty people. And I hope for the future that that will begin to be revitalized, because that is our treaty inheritance. That is what those women willed for the generations, so that they would live off of the land in a new way, because they understood that the buffalo were gone, they've diminished, and that the land would be shared. And this is how profound these women were. Very gifted women. And that is what I'll leave you with.